One line works. One line crashes Python. Look closely, they're the same shape, a variable holding a collection, and we're just adding something to it. Run the first and it just works. Run the second and Python throws an error at you. Same intention, wildly different outcome. I'm Kai and today we're finding out exactly why. Before we touch lists or tuples, let's get the word straight. Mutable just means you can change what's inside the thing after you made it, like writing new notes in a notebook. Immutable means once it's made, its contents can never change, like ink on a stone tablet. Keep that picture in mind, because everything else today is just this idea playing out. Watch what happens when we append to this list. The values inside change, 4 gets added, but I check the id before and after and it's the exact same object. Python didn't build a new list, it just edited the one already sitting in memory. So here's the trick, mutable means the object itself lets you reach in and rewrite it. Now try the exact same move on a tuple. There is no append method to even call, Python just tells you flatly that this object doesn't support it. It's not a bug and it's not an oversight. The tuple was built to never let its contents be rewritten in place. That's the whole difference sitting right there in one error message. Here's the part most people never get told clearly. A variable isn't a little box holding your values. It's more like a sticky note pointing at a box sitting somewhere else in memory. When you mutate a list, you're not touching the sticky note at all. You're reaching past it and editing the box it points to. That distinction is about to explain everything. Here's the receipt. It tells you the actual memory address. The box an object lives in. The list's ID is identical before and after append, same box, new contents. Exactly like writing a new note on that sticky notes target. The tuple can't pull that trick at all. Changing it would mean a brand new box, a brand new ID, so Python just refuses. One object bends, the other can't exist any other way. You might wonder why the language even bothers with two collection types that look so similar. It comes down to intent. A tuple is for things that are naturally fixed, like an XY coordinate or one row pulled from a database. A list is for things you expect to grow or shrink, like items in a shopping cart. The immutability isn't a limitation, it's a promise about what the data represents. Think of hashing like stamping a value with a fingerprint the moment it's created. Python uses that fingerprint to file it instantly in a dictionary or set. But a fingerprint only works if it never changes. A tuple can get 1 because its contents are locked for life. A list can't because it could mutate right after you'd filed it away and the fingerprint would go stale. That's why tuples can be dictionary keys and lists flatly cannot. Forget the syntax debate. This is the real reason tuples exist. Here's the twist that trips almost everyone up. I'll admit this one bit me early on. I assumed a tuple made everything inside it permanently frozen and shipped a bug because a list nested inside kept quietly changing underneath me. The tuple only locks its own slots. It can't stop you from mutating whatever object sits in those slots. In short, immutability protects the container, not necessarily what's inside it. So the practical rule of thumb, if you know the shape of the data up front and it's not going to change, a coordinate, a database row, reach for a tuple. If you're going to be appending, removing, or sorting things as your program runs, that's a list job. Pick based on what the data is meant to do, not just habit. So let's close the loop on the question we opened with. That error wasn't a quirk, it was Python honoring a promise. The tuple's object identity, its own little box, was never going to change once created. The list, by design, lets you reach into that same box and rewrite it. Remember this tomorrow, mutability lives in the object, not in how you wrote the assignment. That interview question is brutal. The like and subscribe buttons aren't.